Are you looking successful on the outside, but feeling unfulfilled, empty, or lost? I know that feeling too. If you are seriously thinking about ditching your 9-to-5 job and becoming your own boss, this video is for you. Many professionals are either thinking or dreaming about making an entrepreneurial pivot, but there's a dangerous gap between dreams and realities. I see so many people, myself included, are being sold on this myth that follow your passion and the money will follow. Without a sound strategy, you are risking a catastrophe. In this video, I will debunk the 3 common myths about being your own boss that cost me dearly. And I'll show you how to audit your exit plan using the 6-step career playbook steps so that you can find meaningful work without losing your financial security. Hi, I'm Joyce Lee, the PhD grandma, guiding you to live a resilient and flourishing life through meaningful work. I was at my personal financial peak as an IT consultant when I felt the pull to leave my industry. I realized that people hired me to build systems, but my true calling was to build up people. I took the leap and pivoted to clinical counseling. It was a 10-year journey that brought me a truckload of meaning, but it also came with a drastic drop of 80% of my income, with a negative 400% ROI. I am sharing the price tag of this 10-year journey so that you can plan your exit with your eyes wide open. Looking back, I was doing a career pivot in slow motion in a span of 10 years. That's the step 5 in the pivot playbook. I was building that bridge. I kept one foot in the IT field, grinding and holding steady, with my other foot dangling in 3 positions. I studied a master's degree in counseling part-time. It took me 4 years and a lot of money. I taught project management courses in the evening. I also started a small private practice seeing a few clients in counseling. Those were the 3 pillars that hold the bridge together. One day towards the end of March, I was expected my IT contract would be renewed. Day after day, I waited and I waited. And March 31st come. There's no extension. That caught me with a little bit of surprise. However, as a contractor, you can never guarantee the contract will be extended. So there I was, facing this situation. Even I have a bridge, but life can push you off before you are ready. I was at a crossroad. There shouldn't be a problem finding another IT contract or another job. Since I kept my IT contact, as well as the other teaching jobs, there was a few things going on for me. That was actually the step 3 and 4 of the playbook. That is networking quietly and experimenting different options. The unexpected ending of my contract wasn't a disaster, but it was a nudge towards my dream. I was about to find out that dreams come with an invoice that I hadn't totally calculated. I said goodbye to my IT 9-to-5 and launched a career portfolio that includes clinical counseling, speaking engagements to promote my book, and do some project management courses on the side. Through those experiences, I want to debunk the first 2 myths. Number 1, follow your passion and the money will follow. I followed my passion of building people all the way to a negative 400% ROI. Passion got me through the door, but it didn't pay for my $160 price tag, individual supervision session, or the office rent. If you don't have a bridge, your passion will drown you in the bills. However, by the 3rd year, the caseload became a little steadier, even though it wasn't sustainable still. So run your own test first. Does your why outlast your bank account? When I see clients here and there, even though I bill them, the hourly rate is quite good, but then I have to split with my agency. I also have to deduct all the administrative costs. I told you about the individual supervision fee. I need to have 100 hours of supervision in order to get registered. That comes with a very hefty ongoing maintenance price. I have to dig into my retirement saving. Instead of putting in your retirement saving when you start to withdraw, you know there's a double effect. Not only you are decreasing your nest egg, you are also losing the compound effect of the interest. On top of that, to maintain that profession, you have to pay the college registration fee. There's a few $100s a year. And I also need to maintain my other IT certifications because that was my safety net in case I need to go back. All in all, there's the negative ROI. To prepare to be a counselor, I need that master degree. I also need to take additional certifications to be specialized. Couples counseling, addictions counseling, and compassion fatigue. And later I have other certifications as well. Myth number 2, being your own boss means flexibility and freedom. In my IT job, I usually have one boss. But in the counseling world, I have at least 20 bosses. Those are my clients. In addition to that, I am the chief everything officer. I am the marketing agency. I am the lead generation person. I am the bookkeeper. I am the IT support. I am the relationship management, all in one. I traded the one IT boss to the most demanding and hard to please boss. That is myself. Real freedom isn't about owning a business. It's having a business that doesn't own you. The career portfolio, it was rich in variety, lots of learning, and very meaningful. The good thing is, my project management skill actually helped me manage this portfolio quite well, except that it didn't pay. The high note, I have the privilege to meet and work with teenagers, families, couples, the elderlies, and people that has disability, that get injured at work. So all those gamut of different situations. So it's very enriching for me to learn and support them. In project management gigs, it's very exciting. And one day I got a call and the person said, "Can you come to Yukon to teach for a project management certificate course for 5 days?" Sure, of course. I haven't been to Whitehorse and I want to see the Yukon. And that 5 days was really great because I got to meet 25 people. They are learning about project management and I learned from them what their interests and how they live their life in Yukon. I learned about the greenhouses, they build vegetable gardens, as well as how they track storms and snowfalls and things like that. It is interesting. And then I get a repeat. I got to go there the second time, and that was wonderful. And all I missed was the Northern Lights and some bears. Marketing my book is interesting. I got to go to different communities and churches. I went to libraries to speak, and people asked me about retirement and all that, or not retiring. Yeah, that was all great. However, those gigs don't pay, even though they mean very well. They welcome me, and they usually, after you speak, they give you a little gift pack, and that may have $50 of gas coupon, and they sign a card for you. That really means a lot to me. How about the lows? Have you ever counted petty cash? That's the feeling I got. So I have a receipt for $5 there, and I have an invoice here, and then I'll come back to, oh, at the end of the day, the income is a few $100s. And my biggest gig was those project management teaching courses. And how does it even work? Because I'm supposed to be a clinical counselor. The marketing overhead of bringing in new clients. So that's a low note for me because I am not a salesperson. I cannot sell. You got to go out and meet people and try to create some more referral sources so that they can send clients your way. There are many, many counselors out there. Why do they send their client to you? So every time I want to sit down and relax, my mind wouldn't shut off. I always thought about, okay, who is the next agency I need to visit? Which doctor I need to drop off some flyers about my counseling practice? So I've been thinking about those marketing routes all day long. I couldn't shut down. And about the social media, keeping a blog going. It's tricky to write blogs when you're a clinical counselor because you're not supposed to disclose any details about clients or their stories. Their stories are really sacred, so I cannot write about them. I can only write about what I've learned. Sitting down to write is a joy for me. But if you are writing because you want to promote yourself, it is a totally different ball game. So it becomes pressure. Yes, about maintaining my website, and that all costs money. I have to learn SEO and I have to learn how to promote, how to do keywords so that you can come up in the top searches. All in all, I was living a meaning-filled life. But my brain was cluttered. I wasn't only counting petty cash. I was spending a lot of my energy doing activities that drained me. By year 3, I had a steadier caseload, and my financial spreadsheet was the first time showing some kind of a green. I breathed a little easier. I thought I made it. Oh, year 3. But then, life happened. I faced a personal trauma. Suffering doesn't check your credentials. Even though I'm a counselor, I'm not immune to problems in life. In IT, my project plan is my product. Even though I was tired, the screens still have my work. In clinical counseling, I am the product. My service is mental clarity. If I don't have that, the business had to close. When I am broken, I couldn't serve with an empty vessel. I looked at all the options. I can take a pause, maybe reduce workload, maybe a slower pace, but my mind drew a blank. Throughout my 40-year career, I have navigated many obstacles and disruptions. I gave birth to 4 children and raised them while building my career. And I also have been caring for my elderly parents. In my entire career history, other than those maternity leaves, I have taken only 5 days in total in sick leave. This was how I plowed through all challenges in life. But for this one, I couldn't do it. Powering through is not an option. The depression was horrifying. For the first time, I didn't want to get up in the morning. I myself experienced what my clients have told me. Many describe they fell into a big black hole, and that's how I felt. Choosing to walk away from my counseling practice was my ultimate response to my core values. I didn't realize the connection until years later. I couldn't sit across a hurting client preaching healing when my own world was crumbling. I have to become my own primary client. The bravest part of a career pivot is knowing when to pivot back when you can no longer give your best. Walking away from the years of preparation and the heavy investment in counseling felt like a terrible defeat. But because I didn't burn the bridge, I did not fall into the void. I had a safety net. Fortunately, I still have my IT contacts, and they are so generous and kind to me. I kept my PMI certification. I didn't just return back. I added 2 more specialties, Scrum Master and Agile Coaching, because I know that's the direction I want to go into. Those were more than certifications. They are the tools for me to integrate the 2 worlds, the IT world and the counseling world. Agile coaching allowed me to bring in meaning and purpose and integrate into the world that I'm familiar with, the IT world. I was still building people within systems and technical delivery. The myth number 3 I need to debunk is that pivot is a makeover. You need to drop everything behind and start new. Not true. I didn't need a makeover. I need a harvest that gather everything I have and everything that I have already built. The lesson here is a pivot can be a 360-degree journey going back to where you were, but with brand new eyes. I survived this full circle pivot because I didn't just wing it. I have an underlying architecture supporting me. If you are planning your own pivot, use my story as an example, a springboard to audit your own exit plan. Ask yourself these questions. Is your why filtered through your core values? I had the purpose, but I missed the filter of simplicity. Skills. Don't start from scratch. My IT skills both funded and complemented my counseling skills. I didn't just use my salary to play for master's degree. I used my project management discipline to build my practice. What is your toolkit right now that can fund and fuel that dreams? Mark those transferable skills and use them. Step 3 and 4 is about networking and experimentation. I tested the waters by teaching part-time and seeing a few clients while I still had my 9-to-5. Are you testing your dream in the real world before you leave the shore? Step 5 is about the bridge. I kept my PMI certification active. Never burn your bridge. You might need to walk back across it to find your true self. Step number 6 is about story. This is me sharing the truth so that you can pivot with a sound strategy. I am the same professional, now with a new body and a deeper soul. I arrived exactly where I meant to be. I am an IT professional with a heart to bring fulfillment, still building systems, but now building the people within those systems as well. Which of these 6 steps are you skipping? Make sure you are building the bridge with firm foundations. That's step 5. How does your bridge look like? Remember, you can always change your mind, but you cannot change your past. So use it wisely. Until next time, enjoy your journey and look for the nuggets.